The 6th generation Volkswagen Passat was launched in 2005, following on from the hugely successful 5th generation that made VW a serious contender in the company car market again. I've owned my 2007 Passat for the last 7 years, the longest I've ever owned a car. Mine now has nearly 180,000 miles on the clock and has been a really reliable car that I've had no reason to replace at present. If I had to use only one word to describe the Passat, it would be space. Space for passengers, space for luggage, or space for transporting things. I've moved full height fridge freezers in my Passat estate with the seats down and had no problems at all. The rear seats can be split 60-40 and used in different configurations for maximum flexibility. There are also storage pockets in the rear, as well as storage space underneath the boot floor. With the seats down, the rear load space is flat, and as you can see, is long enough to lie down in, which gives a huge amount of space for carrying large loads. The version I have is the Passat Sport, which has these Recaro-style front seats, as well as slightly lowered suspension, but that does impact the ride quality at low speed. The space for rear passengers is exceptional, with far more legroom than many executive saloons a class or two above. Even with the maximum space for a front seat passenger, there's still enough room for the rear, and with the front seat fully forward, there's a massive space available for rear passengers. The gear change is very light and positive. The steering is light when parking or in town, but perfectly weighted and not too sensitive at speed. The dashboard displays are clear and easy to read, especially at night when the display has soft blue lighting on red dials, which I find a very good combination. The onboard computer has useful information such as average fuel consumption, distance to empty, as well as the standard trip distance and time. If you have the choice, then I've found the climate control option, which maintains a steady temperature, to be better than the standard air conditioning. There are cup holders on the dash, which are passable if you're stationary, but useless as soon as the car is moving. The ones in the centre console are somewhat better. The most popular engine in the UK at least is the 2-litre TDI diesel, which is the option you'll see in the majority of cars. This comes in two variants. The PD version powered the early cars, but from 2008 a common rail diesel engine was introduced. Later cars also had a diesel particulate filter, DPF, and some are also affected by the VW diesel's emissions scandal and will need to have a software update to fix the car. Safety standards are high in the Passat. As well as driver and passenger airbags as standard, there are lots of other airbags including the front seats, side curtains and in the door pillars, so occupants are well protected. Common faults include the electronic handbrake, and unusually for a Volkswagen, the estate version can develop rust around the tailgate. The rust should be covered by the 12-year anti-corrosion warranty, so it's worth checking before the car reaches this age. The electronic handbrake can have faults in the switch on the dash as well as in the calipers, which can fail, often due to water ingress as a result of the seals failing. As with any VW with the PD engine, regular servicing with the correct spec of oil is essential for long life, and the Passat is no exception. High mileages shouldn't be a problem if the correct servicing has been done. Overall, however, I found the car to be a fantastic and reliable workhorse. Although less economical than my VW Golf TDI, it has vastly more space and is much more comfortable for long journeys.